celebrating still New Year's and all the holidays, so I decided to give myself almost about a full week off from having to film anything, just because I really wanted to take a break and just enjoy the time off that Jagger and I intentionally took to hit reset on all the things we hosted every holiday this year. One second. This year really showed us how much we actually really love hosting. So we're pretty clean people, in my opinion. So I feel like our home tends to stay tidied up. Granted, we don't have kids, but we do have 3 massive dogs. Shed so much hair. With all that, we try our best to keep a routine where the house never looks super out of place, which I think helps because it's made the whole process of having to clean the home that much easier. I decluttered my kitchen, so I threw out so many things that I literally have never used and never reached for. We also deep cleaned the whole home, but tomorrow's the day we go back to work. So I'm going to show you guys how I am choosing to spend/reset within the first week of January. There's still a lot of intentional things I want to do to make sure that we go into the year with like somewhat of a game plan. Also, today's the first day of our 30 Days to Healthy Living, which is the gut reset I did, if you guys have been following along, almost 2 years ago now. No, exactly 2 years ago. It was essentially what got my entire health on track in terms of like having regular bowel movements, way more energy, literally without coffee. Helped me lose like weight in the process, which was unintentional, but goes to show you how much inflammation we carry around. 3-day soft challenge that I'm doing with my girls as well on my team. Mental, personal, spiritual, and physical, of course. So the 30 Days to Healthy Living is going to really touch on mostly the physical, of course. It's mostly the diet that you're going to be incorporating and starting and sticking to for the next 30 days. 2 things I wanted to say before I carry out the rest of this vlog. 1, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's something I told my girls because I feel like a lot of times we say we're so busy we can't do this and that. And really, I don't think it has anything to do with our actual lifestyle, because if it was a priority to you, you'd find a way to make it happen. But 2, most of us don't take the time to really plan out our like week, our day, anything. And so I'm definitely going to show you guys how I'm doing that later in this vlog. If that's something that interests you and you feel like you need help with that like area of organization, I'm happy to help you in any way I can and just share with you what works for me. And of course you can take and pick and choose what things you can apply, but at least I'm sharing with you how I've been able to get to this point in my life and the way that I'm instilling these habits before I even get into the real busyness of life, which is having a child. The other thing I wanted to say was, remember that when you're setting out these goals, it truly has nothing to do with you actually achieving them. No, let me elaborate on that. I know that sounds super confusing, but it really is about you being more so focused on who it is that you're becoming as you're working towards that one goal. I'm not saying you need to fall in love with the process, but I do think that you naturally do, because there's something so beautiful about winning and achieving something at the end of the finish line when you realize all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into it to get to that point. So even though in the moment you may not be in love with the process, you definitely will be by the end of it. But more importantly, if you focus too much on the results, then it'll take away from how much effort you put in throughout the entire journey. However long that takes, whatever it is that God decides. This is something I've had to really teach myself this past year, because your steadfastness can turn into suddenly. And as well as vice versa, your suddenly can turn into steadfastness. And so right now, you might just be in a season where you're in the steadfastness and you're going to keep waiting until that suddenly moment comes. But you can be so close and you don't know it and you give up right before. And so that's why I'm here to encourage you with not getting caught up in the results, because like I said, it takes away from your effort. And so put your head down, put your blinders on, get to work, and focus on your effort that you can put in and day out. And I promise you will get there at some point. It's a matter of time. It's literally a matter of time. Whether or not you feel like you've received confirmation, that vision, that clarity that you've been praying for, believe wholeheartedly that it's going to come throughout the journey, but you have to put in the work, whatever that looks like. It doesn't matter if it's little or if it's as much as somebody else. That's where you need to put your blinders on and focus on you and your effort. So hopefully this is a really inspiring and just helpful vlog for you guys to kickstart your healthy living journey, whatever that looks like for you in 2025. I'm gonna go get dressed and we're gonna go to the gym, and these dogs are eating their breakfast, and then we're gonna get the week going. Happy Monday. It is January 20th and it has already been quite a start to the year. I haven't actually filmed or picked up the camera in a good 2 weeks, which is, I came down with the flu, you guys, and let's just say that week that it happened, it was in the thick of so much going on. It was in the middle of our 7-day revival at church, which was such a bummer because it was the first full week of not just the month, but the year. And so, you know, I was like so ready to just get the year going, start on all the new things I wanted, workouts, the 30 soft challenge. Unfortunately, all of that had to take a pause. And luckily, this is not like 75 hard where I can't just pick up where I left off. But because of the tasks, I really think it would be more beneficial to me to just restart. I've only been in maybe like 4 or 5 days, and that's not very long. One of my goals this year is to really go further into my Bible reading, my devotional. I don't like saying get closer to God because that, to me, when people say that, it is just a little too vague. And obviously you should always be striving to get closer to God. But something else I've learned about goal setting is unless you're specific on like, okay, what are the tasks you're going to do to get to that goal, never going to happen. So that's why I put like, I want a deeper prayer life because that's what I want. I want to be able to pray for other people and not struggle with my words. I don't know if I'm the only person who struggles with that, but personally I do. One of the other things is just to be more consistent with, it's going to sound a little silly, but like my faith. I feel like my faith wavers a lot, and I know that that's completely normal, but there's this book I read last year that basically said that you can do anything you set your mind to when you combine extraordinary effort and unwavering faith. And so my goal is to get to the point where even if I may not be really confident in something I'm doing, something I'm believing for, something I'm praying for, I can still show up and push through those mental battles, the emotions that try to keep me back from believing in either myself or in God, who is essentially the one empowering me. be able to operate in like full Delulu faith, if you will. I'm not usually one to go for what society likes to preach about, like when it comes to manifesting and channeling good energy and things like that. Like those aren't really things that I believe in per se, because I wholeheartedly believe everything is God's doing anyway. Go on a tangent, but I just wanted to say that because I think when you're goal setting and when you're making a vision board per se, hard to listen to certain things out in the world like podcasts and read books, because they're all so heavily focused on the universe and how you can make your reality come true, when really it's all God. It requires a lot of faith for you to actually see a lot of those things happen that you pray for and believe in. So I'm going to treat this week as my first full week of the year. Something else I wanted to say about goal setting and all that, I think it's completely unrealistic to think that you can just immediately start on all these things that you want to change and do right on January 1st. And then when things like this happen, like sickness, we beat ourselves up because we didn't carry through. We were going off of all this like motivation and energy that we had at the beginning. And that's great and all, but I always like to take the entire month as kind of like a trial period to see like what things I'm trying to develop and still maybe change a little bit are actually working for me, because if they're not, then I'm not going to force myself to do them for an entire year. Not to mention life changes from month to month. So that's why I'm taking the pressure off of like, dang it, you came down with this the first week and you couldn't even keep up with a lot of the tasks. It's like, this is why I love doing little challenges like this throughout the year, because it helps you reset whenever you need one and whenever you want one. I restarted the 30 Soft Challenge last week, so I've been upkeeping the Bible reading, my devotionals, the prayer, and just saying affirmations over myself. The only thing I haven't really been able to keep up with is the 30 Days to Healthy Living guidelines and working out. So we're going to get back into a workout schedule this week, which I'm super excited. Did go work out Saturday at boxing, which was also really nice. And it was also our last class at that studio before they move location. So I'm going to miss it there, but that's okay. I know that good and great things are coming for that place. I had a huge, I really actually wanted to just cut out this whole vlog and start from scratch again, but this is my life. This is just what happened, and I feel like if I did that so that the vlog would be quote unquote perfect to what the type of content I was trying to provide for just like a nice reset vlog, I think it would have been kind of fake of me and a little unrealistic to put that out when I came down with the flu. It is what it is, and sometimes that happens. So this is me literally still just showing up for myself and continuing with the things that I know that help me feel good, perform well, and just show up my best for those around me when things don't go the way that we plan. And so I say this a lot on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me there already, I highly recommend you do. But you never want to let moments when you fall short, even if you feel like you fail time and time and time again, stop you from continuing to pursue anything that you're trying to accomplish. In this case, I'm trying to be more consistent with a lot of areas of my life and go deeper into a lot of areas of my life, spiritually, for my business, mentally, and just emotionally for myself as a person, as a being. 1% better every day. That's what we need to focus on and live by and worry about. So hopefully this vlog is motivating and inspiring to help you if you've experienced something similar like me and things just got in the way. It's still the first month of the year. There is still time for you to make those changes, sit down with yourself and say, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish this year? It is not too late. It's only January 20th. You can come down with the flu and still just pick up where I left off, and so can you. If you haven't yet done any of those things, but you have been wanting to, and you feel like the pressure of it having to be that first week of the year and you missed the deadline, you can do whatever you want. You can literally restart and reset at any point in the year. It does not have to be the beginning of the year. So I hope this is inspiring for you. I hope it's motivating for you. And if you do it with me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to just level up this year in every way possible together. Oh, it's taking me, I feel like, so long to sit down and get to this part of the vlog, and it's just because life, it's busy, it's crazy, and so I want to just apologize ahead of time for the ridiculousness of a noise that my dogs are going to cause throughout this portion of the video ahead. Stay upstairs. You don't need to play it down here. Go with your dad. Go. I wanted to end off this vlog with this because I feel like I've seen a few memes go around about how this month feels so long. Like, until I read that, I don't think I really understood or thought twice about it. And then I go, yeah, you know what? I actually have had that thought a few times, but it never really... It is currently January 26th. There's still a week left in January. But already I've experienced a lot. It's like mental warfare. I don't know what else to call it. Gosh, can I just say I love YouTube? I love YouTube because I get to go into this kind of stuff and elaborate on all this, because Instagram and TikTok are so fun, but it is really a highlight reel, and YouTube gives me the opportunity to just be real. Half of this, everything right now that I guess you could say I'm exposing myself, you wouldn't even know, feel this, or I go through this, I think, unless I put myself out here and I shared it with you, which is what I'm literally doing. I know I'm not alone. Like, I know I'm not the only person who struggles with mental warfare and has curveballs and stuff that life throws at you, and you just have to pivot and figure out, okay, well, am I going to sit here and throw a fit, whine and complain? Or am I going to face this thing, whatever your mountain may be, head on and just keep going? At the very beginning of this year, I did this like questionnaire thing on ChatGPT. Probably the one main thing that's kept me going. Basically, you type this thing in, and I'll put it here on the screen in case you guys want to do it too, because it has truly put into writing exactly what I want out of 2025. And I feel like there's something super powerful and life-changing about you choosing to do this in partnership with the Lord. You type this into ChatGPT. I want to create my goal and vision for 2025. Please guide me through this process by asking me 20 questions one by one. And when I'm done answering the 20th question, please write my dream life story for 2025, what my 2025 affirmation will be, and then my top 5 goals broken down by relationship, business, family, money, body, and life. So I changed it and I made my 5 categories: faith, money, marriage, body, and life. Okay, so my 2025 affirmation. I am a woman of faith, strength, and purpose. I am confident in who I am and the impact I am making. I show up daily for myself, my marriage, and my business. I trust God with the outcome and focus on doing the work, knowing that I am creating a legacy of love, financial freedom, and empowerment. I choose peace over stress, faith over fear, and growth over comfort. So as I'm going into my day, every single day, I'm sure you've seen it I've been able to capture a few clips. I am being very disciplined and strict with myself about getting in my devotional, my scripture reading, my quiet time, whatever you guys call it. And every single morning, no matter how I'm feeling, I'm doing that first thing for a reason, because faith is my top 1 goal. I have read this affirmation to myself every single day. And this affirmation was written because of the 20 questions I answered, but also writes your dream life story. It's so long. I mean, I can read it to you guys, but I'm not sure that you guys care too much to hear mine. I just wanted to share this with you because when I read my story, I had chills, like full body chills. And it's really hard because I find it very difficult to envision myself already like being this person that this story is written about. The days that I've woken up and I've felt like, oh, I can't mentally, I can't fight, whatever it is that I'm facing, with, I don't know, let's just say Jair and I are having a hard day and we're fighting, or I'm struggling internally with like thinking highly of myself, enough of myself, that I'm worthy, that having any confidence in whatever my capabilities are. I literally will read this affirmation and it just serves as the perfect reminder of like why you have to keep going. And I don't mean for this part of the vlog to sound so dark. I just want you to understand that there's something super powerful about an affirmation that's fully centered in God and what it is that you want Him to accomplish through you. I think it can be really easy to forget all the good in life and how we have a lot of things going for us. I loved doing this little exercise, if you will, and I wanted to share it because I feel like you guys would probably really enjoy and benefit from something like this. I really highly encourage you guys to do something like this. It doesn't have to be to this extent, of course, but I have kept this in my prayer journal because I pray over my dreams and I pray over really just my prayers. My dreams are really essentially your prayers. Like, I have a dream of seeing my whole family saved one day. I have a dream of able to either fix up our home or move into and buy a bigger home. I have a dream of being able to launch my business and actually have it replace my current income so that I can be home and really stop living for the weekend and just have like financial freedom, time freedom, all of those things. I'm hoping that me sharing this little exercise and sort of what I did helps your journey as you strive, work towards, grind, and pray for all the things that you want the Lord to bring to pass in the year 2025. So that's it. That's my little tidbit I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that was helpful. And if you guys like this type of content, I would love to make more motivating and inspirational videos like this, of course. Feel free to ask any questions, comments below. I'm going to end the vlog here, and if you need prayer for anything, absolutely anything, feel free to reach out. I will definitely be sharing more stuff like this moving forward, and I'll see you guys soon.